Hey guys, Randy here. We're going to do another carburetor video on the Holley. We're doing it on the 4160 series Holleys, the 1850 600 CFM carburetor and the list number 3310 750s. This will work on anything almost with a vacuum diaphragm with a Holley. Now we're going to show you the circuit, where it gets the vacuum, how it pulls the vacuum, how it gets to the diaphragm of the carburetor, and how it opens it. So here we go. Right now you're looking at both of these are 1850 Holleys -3s, third generation, and they're 600 CFMs. Now right here you can see a picture. We got a pretty good shot, I think, of where the actual hole is that operates the vacuum secondary diaphragm. So when air's rushing by in here, you open that throttle hard and air's rushing by, it does the same thing as it does basically with a booster. It creates a depression running by it, and it pulls the fuel in. Well, the same thing over here. It just draws a vacuum right in through here. It actually pulls vacuum from here, and then we're going to turn it over. And here, this is just a clean out plug where I could show you where this was. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out, and here is where it gets the actual vacuum. This is where it'll actually come in. This is just a plug to be able to clean that circuit out if it gets stopped up. But it comes in right here. I mean, it pulls right in from here, and it draws vacuum on this carburetor right here, right on this corner of the diaphragm, and it comes up through the top of this cap on the top of the diaphragm, and it pulls the diaphragm up and down. Now, there's all kinds of things you can do to change this opening of the secondaries, the springs, and all kinds of different things. Taking the ball check in and out. There's just, I could talk about it for an hour or two. But anyway, when it pulls, when it actually starts pulling air, I'm going to kind of show you an illustration here with a vacuum, with air pressure and my old hose here. And I'm going to shoot some air past that Ventura area right there, and you're going to see this arm start working. All right, now all it takes is about probably 40 psi, guys. It don't take much. And then you just come around here and just put the air right near that hole, and you can see the diaphragm work. Just that quick, it works. And here's right where, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's the same where the needle was coming out. I'm putting the vacuum at. In other words, can you get that on there?
Yes, sir, right there.
I can actually set the blower right there, and it will work the diaphragm. Now, if the diaphragm's got a hole in it, you're not going to see no movement. And I do this just to see how the circuits work and make sure how you kind of tell how quick it comes in. You can tell if it's barely cracking that diaphragm right here, if it's barely moving this, that diaphragm's got probably a pinhole in it. But it's an excellent way to test this here. And then after you do it a while, you'll actually get where you kind of understand how quick the secondaries are coming in. You can actually start kind of getting an idea of where to judge them. Now, the secondaries, it's important for these to move. I've got the clip out of here right now, it holds on. But it's important for that secondary to move properly and not be binding. We don't want this shaft in here binding. If anything in here is binding, and it's not, it could be a good diaphragm and keep it from opening. So we need to make sure everything's nice and free. But this is just a quick, easy way you can check while you're rebuilding a carburetor to see if it is working properly. Now, on the car, I don't recommend doing this on the car. You can, if you want to do it, you're on your own. I recommend doing it on the bench and take the carburetor off, dump the fuel out where it's empty. You ain't got no fuel, because when you actually start blowing air through here, can you see that? Got a shot of it? When you start blowing air through, you got your boosters right there. So if it creates enough depression, it'll start pulling fuel out of the booster. I don't know if it will. I haven't ever even tried it. So you could tell me if you want to do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. You might get gas in your eyes. But that circuit is actually comes from that little where we had that pin, and it comes through the main body and goes right into here, right into this corner. So a lot of times you have problems right there when you look at the diaphragm. Here's the old one that come out of there right now. Look how it just on the side that this is the side where it had the holes, the extra hole. No, I'm sorry, it's the opposite side. This is the side where it pulls vacuum right here. It's got the double hole. This side just give up. I don't know if maybe fuel got in it. I have no idea. If it just heat got to it, I don't know. But you can tell the diaphragms will just wrinkle up and they'll come out like that. And I tried pulling vacuum and it wouldn't even lift the arm at all on this diaphragm. So I knew it was bad. But this is just a quick video. And underneath this cap, guys, I ain't got it open where you can see it because I wanted you to see it work. But right here, there's either going to be usually an orifice there or there's going to be a check ball. And there's a lot more things we can talk about on this right here on this check ball and on the orifice, how quick it's going to open the secondary. And you don't want it to come in too quick because you don't have no, on these 600 CFMs and 750 vacuum secondaries, all the vacuum secondaries carburetor, you can time the secondary. It's better if it creeps in slowly at first and then you can draw it on in, because once fuel starts flowing, it'll pretty much take the opening on up then with no problem, no hesitation. But if you crack that thing fast right off, like if you go to complete wide open throttle and it cracks that thing real quick, chances are it'll stumble for a second and then it'll go on. So everything's got to be timed. You can get it open if you can get it to open slowly at first and then come open a little quicker, that's what you're looking for. And it just takes time and a bunch of research and development. Just time, just doing it. Just sitting there and actually just trying to change it every time. Change something. Whether you change the check ball, put a different check ball, maybe. So I've seen people come underneath this housing where the check ball sits and they'll put a Phillips head screwdriver and tap it and leave some little openings where the check ball is, where it gets a little more air quicker. There's all kinds of things you can do. We'll get in that. Maybe we'll have a part 2 on this and we'll get into it at a later date. But this is just a good overview of the secondary diaphragm and how it gets the vacuum and how it operates. And guys, I hope you enjoy these videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have another one hopefully soon for you. I hate to promise you how quick, but I'm going to try to get them out as quick as I can. Thank you.